Hello, everybody. It's me, the Eagle Review Reactor, and I'm back. How's everybody been doing since my last uploaded video of the Garfield movie? Let me know down in the comments below how you guys are doing and what other videos you'd like to see about. This one, as you read from the title, is me reacting and reviewing to the movie Inside Out 2. Let's dive right into this. There's just a few words, honestly, that I could sort of sum up my feelings. But before I get into that, I just wanted to let y'all know that hopefully you've seen the movie first, because if you haven't, then there's really no point of watching this. I mean, usually when I make these reaction videos, I give you guys enough time to see the movie. So I already saw the movie a long time ago, but I just wanted to give you guys some time to see it. Okay, I did not react to the trailer for this movie because I felt like there was no point. Like the trailer didn't really seem that interesting to me that I'm like, oh, we should react to it. But if you really want a trailer reaction video, I guess we could do that. But honestly, there's no point in reacting to it now since I've already seen the movie. But I guess we can dive into this right now. So let's begin. I could give you the short answer for my opinions, but I won't. Um, yeah. So, how was Inside Out 2? Let me explain this. I guess I'll just go with the simple answer first, and then you guys can run away. It's overrated. All right, done. That's it. That's my short answer. You can end the video, or we can keep going and kind of dive into this. Let me explain. I want to give it more of a thorough analysis and bigger picture of this movie. So, if you recall, in the Garfield movie, I said I watched with my friend, and my friend had already seen Inside Out 2 before. Um, and he said that in his opinion that the Garfield movie was better. So I'm like, wait, really? Because Inside Out 2 is like record breaking. It's shocking, it's the highest grossing movie so far of 2024. It beat Dune 2. Like how it's making so much money, one of the biggest box office weekend openings, $1 billion in the bag already. So how could it have such a weird review from people like us but still make so much money? And there's a reason for that. I think I can get to that as well, because I see the clues and I see the trends and I analyze everything. First, you've got to think about it. This is a Pixar movie, okay? Pixar movies make money if they're done right. So let me sort of explain why haven't the past Pixar movies done well, and there's a reason for that. It's not just because they're making something original or it's a remake. One thing is people are saying, "Oh, Pixar's making woke movies." There was this whole thing about if Riley was gonna be bi or something, or if I don't know, she's gonna be black or something. I don't even know what that means, but there was speculation that Disney's, which is the owner of Pixar, wants to send out messages to make more woke movies. I don't know if what's that movie, Luna, Tuna, that fish movie. What was it called? Let me search it up. Pixar. Oh, it was Luca. I don't know if that was a woke movie. I don't think it's woke, but it might have like woke implications. But yeah, I don't think that's the main problem though. The main thing is the target audience. Like, think about it. Why did Inside Out 2 make so much money? First of all, it's not an original story. It's a sequel to a movie that already came before. It's not a pre-existing idea. The idea already existed. They just added a new flavor of story to it. But the ideas already existed. So it's not something new that they're sort of diving into here. People have seen it, they've grown up after seeing it, so now they're watching it. And this time period that have passed means something. It gives them a large target audience. Think about it. Even if you're not the same age as Riley, if you're like a kid, which are a lot of people who watch Pixar movies who enjoy them, they're going to want to watch this movie. They're going to tell their parents, "Hey, I want to go. I want to see Inside Out 2." Or some people like me, I was like, when did Pixar Inside Out 1 came out? When I was like, I believe I was like, Inside Out 1 came in 2015, right? So I was probably was in the summer. I was 9 years old. I was 9 years old when Inside Out 1 came out. So I was 9 years old when this came out. I'm 18 years old now, okay? 9 years have passed. So it's crazy to think about how much time has like passed since the first one came out. And I barely remember seeing the first one, but I'll say this, as someone who has no emotions and is like a robot inside, the first Pixar Inside Out movie was better than this one, and I'll explain why. The first one had just so much more emotion, so much more story, so much more going on. The problem with this one, and I have to say it, is the pacing. The pacing for this movie sucked. First, think about it. This movie in total is like 100 minutes, so that's come down to like an hour and 30 minutes. Maybe if you remove 10 minutes here and there somewhere, okay, maybe the credits or something. It's a very fast-paced movie. However, sometimes when it's going too fast, it has to slow down and pick something up. Not a lot of stuff actually happens to Riley. Like the over overall part of this movie is pretty short, and they show that part in the trailer. If you've seen the trailer, like all the human stuff that happens to Riley is pretty much shown. She doesn't really do much in the movie. And as far as the character arc goes, sure she has one, but it could have been developed more better. Now, as for the emotions themselves, those are the characters I was more interested in since, they actually did more stuff in the movie. It's weird because I don't know. Some of the scenes that they're the main scenes people talk about. One is, Joy being saying, "Oh, you think I'm delusional? Of course I'm delusional." People made a big deal about that. Okay, and the other one is that, "Oh, when you grow up, you start feeling less joy." Sure, those are heavy hitters, but they don't personally impact me. I don't care. I knew I wasn't the target audience for this movie. I knew it. It just didn't seem that appealing to me. You know what seemed appealing to me? Dune 2. Some of Dune 2 had some like boring parts to it, but at least like the visuals were there, the spectacle was there. Like how did Dune 2 lose to Inside Out 2? And the same answer, target audience and money and knowing that a Pixar film, when it pulls in an audience, makes banks. That's why. Okay, for example, Cars 3. I hate Cars 3 so much. It's a horrible sequel, but at least it's a good movie. It entertains on that aspect. This movie is a good sequel, it just doesn't entertain at all. It's so plain. Like, honestly, Inside Out 2 is just a movie I just throw on the TV and I just wouldn't really care for. Like, unlike Cars or some of the classic Toy Story, Incredibles, classic Pixar movies like those I actually care about. But this Inside Out 2, not really. And let me explain this. Not a lot of Pixar franchises actually get sequels, if you think about it. Until now, the only sequel we've had before Toy Story, that was the first franchise we had. Then we had Cars, the Cars franchise. Then it wasn't until a while later that they made an Incredibles 2 movie, so Incredibles as sort of a sequel, and now Inside Out 2. That's the next sequel sort of film. And sort of, I think what Pixar is going to think from this is, some of the original movies they've been trying to push out haven't been doing so well. So when they're like, hey, let's make an Inside Out 2 sequel, and since this movie's making so much money, they're going to probably make more sequels. So that's why I hate that this movie's doing so well. We want Pixar to make more original stories and do better on that end. Like what was the last one that came out? It was like those red things. Those I forgot. I know what it is. They're like also some sort of emotions or something. They're like those small short people. I forgot. I'm just thinking about Wish, but I'm like Wish is Disney. I think there's a new Pixar movie coming out called what's it? Elio or Elo? I don't know how to say it. It's supposed to come out this year, I think, but then the whole Inside Out 2 release date clash thing sort of messed it up, so it's coming out next year now, I think. Some people are saying it might come out late this year. I don't even know at this point, because I think Disney wants to make Moana, I think, their big movie towards the end, so they're not letting Pixar get another chance. Oh well, that's Disney for you. But on a more serious note, I'm glad this movie's making a lot of money. I just wish it could have been better. That's all I'll say. Like, my expectations for this movie were here, then I brought them down to here, and they still weren't met. Like, it seemed so simple, but like, there are no stakes in this actual movie. Like, sure, she says towards the end, "Oh, I'm a good person. I'm sorry." Sure, she says that, but her arc wasn't the best it could have been. And at the end, oh, she got into the team. She's like, okay, well, that doesn't really mean anything. She's just showing off her emotions. And it doesn't really go anywhere. It's an interesting concept, though, and I'm not saying the science is wrong. I'm just saying the story could have been better to prove the science. Because if I recall correctly, I took a psychology class, right? And my teacher was like, "Do you know that people who worked on the Pixar movie, there was this team, I think, from a psychology team who helped work on that movie to sort of prove the science part was right," which is cool. The trailers and all were cool, I guess. The new emotions I found were pretty interesting. They just didn't really play that much of a role. Embarrassment was pretty much doing the same thing. I hate how anxiety pretty much did like most of the stuff, but and like the other emotions didn't really do anything. You bring in these other emotions, sure they had maybe one or two scenes just to, like actually give them purpose, but that's it. They didn't really do much, okay? And then at the end, they're treating anxiety as some sort of villain that they got to stop her from doing all of this stuff. No person actually has any of that happening, but it's fine. It's an animated movie. I'll let it slide, but something just doesn't seem right to me. Like, and also, why is Riley going through puberty so late? I mean, maybe she started 8th grade, ninth grade, I don't even know. She's going to high school. She wants to be on the varsity team, I guess, but something just doesn't feel right. The parents don't even do anything in this movie, pretty much, other than being her drivers. It's okay, I guess. Um, It's fine, I'll say. I don't know why I took such a long pause, but here's what I will add to that. Garfield was definitely a much more entertaining movie than this. It just didn't have that appeal or audience to it. These types of Pixar movies make bank, and I'm not surprised that it did so. If you look at the track record, look at the data, the numbers don't lie. Now, will Inside Out 2 be the highest grossing movie of 2024? Heck no. We Deadpool 3 fans we're coming for you, Inside Out 2. We're taking you down. Highest grossing R-rated movie and highest grossing movie of this year. Just you wait. Just you wait. Okay? What was 2023's highest grossing movie? Was it let me check. I'm saying Oppenheimer. Probably Barbie. 2023 movies American. I checked Wikipedia because I mean, it's reliable information. Why would someone lie about it? What was it? It was Barbie, as expected. So for 2023, highest was Barbie, which makes sense, okay? Because, the whole Barbenheimer thing, only reason why Oppenheimer didn't make more, it being a rated R film. So first is Barbie, then the Super Mario Brothers movie. Again, it has an audience, it has appeal. Third was Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, again, audience and appeal. Fourth is the Guardians Volume 3, again, a Marvel movie. It's weird it didn't get first or second, as Marvel movies are usually the top of the top, but Marvel hasn't had that sweet spot yet. Fifth was Oppenheimer, okay, not bad for an R-rated film. Sixth was Little Mermaid, I don't know who saw that. Seventh was Wonka, we saw that. John Wick Chapter 4 was below Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania. Oh, because John Wick Chapter 4 was a rated R movie. That makes sense. And Ant-Man and the Wasp was a Marvel movie. That makes sense. And the 10th was Sound of Freedom. Okay, I'm not surprised by this information at all. It makes sense. So 2024 right now is Inside Out 2, Deadpool 3. Something needs to beat it. I think Deadpool 3 might get close. I think Moana 2 might beat it, though. Again, target audience, Disney movie, huge appeal for it, and it's a long-awaited sequel to something that came out a long time ago. I'm actually way more excited for Moana 2 than Inside Out 2. Like, I love the first Moana movie. I love the first Inside Out movie, but it just didn't have as much appeal. But for Moana, I'm definitely more excited to see that. Or to see at least how the sequel will do, how it'll perform, and then I'll probably give my own review to it. As far as Inside Out 2 goes, it's a movie that exists. If you like it, cool. If you don't, that's fine. I'm probably somewhere in between. It's a movie that I'll just watch once, and then I'll just watch once, and then I'll probably just move on. My friends wanted to go see it, so I saw it. So yeah. What other movies will I see? I may see Bad Boys 4 next. If that is the plan, I'll let you know on that, and then I might react to it as well. But I'll see. I need to watch the other Bad Boys movies, especially 2 and 3. Sort of a rewatch there. But other than that, I think I should be good. And if you have any questions, again, let me know in the comments below. And if you want any other reaction videos, just let me know. I'm ready to do anything. Just here for the suggestions. And as always, stay sharp. Eagle Reviewer is out.